All right, so let's talk about majors and minors, augmented and diminished, and also naturals, sharps and flats, double sharps and double flats. So if we have a note that is just, say, a G, G would just be what we consider a natural. So it's just the regular white note G. You don't normally have to write the natural. The natural is usually used to tell us that we're no longer a sharp or a flat. If we go up one step, we go to a sharp. So from G, we go to G sharp. And we can go even further, another step up to G double sharp. So a sharp, if we have two sharps, it's not like this, it's actually more like this. It's an X. And same with flats. If we go down a step, we can make what's called a flat. So there's G flat. And we can go down a step even further to a double flat, which we just draw like this. So if we have a keyboard, let's see how fast I can draw a keyboard. It's a little messy, but that's all right. Here is our G, right here. G is on this note. G sharp is right there, the black note right above, and G double sharp would be here. So this is G double sharp. This is G sharp. If this is G, we go one down. The black note is G flat, and one down again would be G double flat. Here's G, black note is G sharp, step up is G double sharp. Here's G, down one step is G flat, down two steps is G double flat. Okay, so keeping that in mind, when we have intervals, we basically have three kinds. Now, how much space? Just got to see how far I can go here. Looks like, okay, there's my limit. All right, with intervals, we can have, I'm going to get rid of this. Our regular interval we call a major. So let's say we have two notes that go together. Two notes make an interval. We follow our key signature. It's got all the proper notes. That's going to be a major. And majors are for seconds, thirds, sixths, and sevenths. And if we're on the other notes, which is going to be a first, a fourth, a fifth, and an octave, then we actually call it perfect. So those are those intervals. So if you have an interval that's a sixth, it's going to be a major sixth. If you have an interval that's a fifth, it's going to be a perfect fifth. They essentially mean they mean the same thing, but they just use different names. So these are kind of equal. Now, if we want to go up one, let's say we go G to here. We want to go up a step to we go from a major second. We want to go higher than that. Then what we do is we go to what's called augmented. So going up from either a perfect or a major is augmented. So if we have a major sixth and we go one step higher, that makes it an augmented sixth. And if we have a perfect fifth and we go one step higher than a perfect fifth, we would go to an augmented fifth. If you take a perfect interval and you go lower, we go to what's called a diminished. So if we have a perfect fifth and we go one step lower, it goes down to diminished. But major is slightly different. If we go down one step in major, we go to what's called minor first. And then if we go down another step, we get to diminished. So major intervals, like a seventh, a major seventh goes down a step to a minor seventh, and down a further step to a diminished. An augmented is one step up from perfect and major, and a diminished is one step down from perfect and two steps down from major. So just keep that in mind, and that'll be really helpful when you're going through and doing your intervals.